First, I gotta bang bang, a boogie to the boogie, say up jump the boogie. Let's rock, you don't stop. Rock to the riddle that'll make your body rock. So far you've heard my voice, but I brought two friends along. Next on the mic is my man Hank. Come on, Hank. Bonjour mes amis, bonjour. Ça va bien aujourd'hui? Oui. Buenos dias, mes amigos. Good morning. Yeah. Okay, made a promise. Before anything can happen this morning, when the students get to call out, the call out to bring in the new year. Sing it! To think, create, be yourself, aspire to excellence, and go beyond. More than a college preparatory school. Preparation for life with a higher purpose and self. I'll say it again. To think, create, be yourself, aspire to excellence, and go beyond. More than a college preparatory school. Preparation for life with a higher purpose and self. We have a brief convocation this morning. A few speakers, and we will have opening remarks from Mr. John Fahey. We'll have remarks from the president of the school, Mr. John Sisko. If you're not considering public office, John, you may want to look into that because you have a built-in fan base, which is very nice. And then closing remarks from me, but before we get there, 710. 710, 710. There are 710 students in this room, which makes this the largest convocation in Tampa Preparatory School history. New students, there are 161 of them. New students, you can please stand right now. Okay, new students, stay standing. You're terrapins now. Stay standing, new students. Okay, new students, while you're standing, yes, sir, there's a couple things that we like to do here. And so right out of the gate, new students, I'm going to look at you and I'm going to say, go red. Veterans stand with the new students, and let's welcome them to everybody up. Go ahead! Go ahead! Go ahead! We have a host of new faculty and new concepts that Convocation we have a tradition of introducing them. So please hold your applause to the end, but I want them to come out and be seen so that you will know who they are. And it's always hard to have the first letter in the alphabet, or one of the first letters, because you get to go first. So Ms. Ayers, where are you? Ms. Ayers. Well, Ms. Ayers is at the front desk, so please say hello to her. She's not first, it's going to be Mr. Baker's going to be first. But Ms. Ayers is a terrapin alumni. Her four sons, Brett, Will, and Ben, and Jack all went here, and she has returned. Mr. Baber, please stand and give the crowd a wave. Mr. Baber is right there. the applause till the end, hold the applause till the end. Miss Fernandez, where are you? Class of 2017 has returned to teach. Miss Canto, where are you? Miss Canto, development office assistant. Miss Canto, where, oh, there you are. Hi, Miss Canto, wave to the people. Ms. Cohen, math department. Ms. Cohen, where are you? Ms. Cohen, please stand, wave so everyone can see who you are. Mr. Franz is the new head of the upper school. Mr. Franz, we're glad that you are here. Dr. Gyro, there she is right there against the wall, teaching upper school science. Mr. Keller, where are you? Keller, upper school, oh, distinguish yourself, step away from the wall. Thank you very much. Mr. Keller. Ms. Mesa, health coordinator. Ms. Mesa, is she here, Ms. Mesa? She's probably still at her desk, doesn't know about today. Ms. Osborne, science department. Ms. Osborne, how are you? Ms. Ross, teaching French, foreign language. Ms. Ross. Ms. Smith, math department. There you are as well. How was the commute this morning? Excellent. Ms. Tora with communications. Where are you? Allie? Wait, you gotta turn. Yes, so everybody can see you. Miss Vallejo, who is with the custodians. I know she is not here. Mr. Wolkenhauer, middle school math. Not here today. You missed the first day of school? Don't know what to do with that. And Mr. Zloty, database. Oh, come on, Mr. Zloty. No one can see you if you're over there. Come. Mr. Zloty. And with that, that is a Z. Please give our new colleagues a welcome applause. And with that, it is my pleasure to introduce Mr. John Fahey from the class of 1990 and the president of the Board of Trustees. Please give him a welcome.
Good morning, fellow Terrapins. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I would like to welcome you to the 2022-2023 academic year. We'd like to extend an extra special welcome to the students, faculty, and staff who are new to Tampa Prep. Welcome to our Prep family. It's a tremendous honor for me to serve as president of the board. I'm the second Tampa Prep alum to serve in this role following Mr. Matt Danahy. My history at Prep began in the fall of 1986 in a bleacher seat very much like the one you guys are sitting in today. The seats were really uncomfortable back then too. The biggest difference though is we didn't have as many banners. Back then, I'm sure as I was sitting there, I thought, who's the old guy and when is he wrapping this up? Most of you are probably thinking the same thing. Although many of you know me very well. 5 of your fellow students are actually family members of mine. In fact, 11 in my clan have called Prep home as either a student or member of the staff. Between me, my sister, my 3 kids, my 3 nieces, 2 nephews, and 1 awesome college counseling sister-in-law, we are all fellow Terrapins. Our ties to Prep run deep. But it's not just my spend the holidays together family, it's also our Prep family that I cherish deeply. When I sat in those bleachers some 36 years ago, I didn't realize that people in that gym that I had never met before, that I didn't really appear to have much in common with, would become family too. Certainly a broader family, but deeper in many ways. Whether it's classmates that are with you every step of the way on your life's journey, or faculty members that you build a bond with that never wanes. Bonds that just get stronger as some of those same folks end up being there to teach, mentor, and inspire your own children decades later. Tampa Prep obviously continues to have a great impact on me. I believe our Prep family is at its strongest when we do 2 things as members of that family. 1, keep an open mind. Don't be afraid to learn new things or challenge yourself. Listen to different voices and views and be thoughtful, respectful, and prepared when supporting your own opinions. Secondly, fill your heart with kindness and empathy. We don't get to pick our family, and that goes for our Tampa Prep family as well. But you do need to function within your family. I think you'll find, especially here at the corner of Cass and North Boulevard, that there's a great return on investment when you use kindness and understanding as your currency. Lastly, and this is the easy part, have fun and make this your best year yet. Whether this is your first year, your 15th year, or your 40th year, we are all Terrapins forever. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fahey, and without further ado, potentially the President of the United States one day, but I don't want to keep any pressure on you at all. But John, it has been fun to watch you grow into the young man and leader that you are. It's my pleasure to introduce the President of our school, Mr. John Sisko.
Nice. All right. Good morning, Tampa Prep. Before I start monologuing for the next 5 to 8 minutes, I just wanted to express that I'm so glad and also mildly terrified to be back up here speaking in front of you after 3 straight months of sun, sand, and 90% humidity. I know it's a bit of a system shock to go straight from a whole season of waking up at noon, briefly considering doing your summer work, and then just watching Netflix for the next 8 to 10 hours, but I can assure all of you that this is the start of something great. And you can trust me because I'm a politician. You know, about 6 years, 7 days, 1 hour into global pandemic ago, I remember when I'm about 90% confident it was my first day here at Tampa Prep. That morning, I was but one of several dozen young, wide-eyed, and mildly unhygienic 6th graders to be, gathered in the recently renovated first floor hub of the middle school and listening to Mr. Fenlon as he spoke to us about our new roles as students, individuals, and community members. To be frank, I have forgotten about 90% of what he said, which is a problem I should not be having for the next half century, honestly. But despite all that, there is one point he made that stuck out to me more than any other. Whoever we had been in elementary school, whatever our actions or appearances or ambitions, this was a rare chance to start over. Ground zero, factory reset, the whole shebang. A one-time opportunity to rebuild ourselves in whatever ways we saw fit. So, of course, I then went on being the exact same person I felt I had been up to that point. I liked the ocean, Jurassic Park, and my dog Henry. I disliked mayonnaise, Burger King, and that weird clown thing that happened back in 2016, which becomes more bizarre every time I remember it happened. All of that is to say is that that was the status quo until suddenly, later in that year, I was required to take a semester of chorus. I did not think I was going to enjoy chorus. I thought I was going to do it for that semester and then never touch the subject again. This is my 7th year in the Tampa Prep chorus. And the surprises only continued from that point forward. In the past 6 years, I've delved into history, theater, writing, 2 days of wrestling, and public speech, the last of which would probably give my 6th grade self a heart attack. And do not get me wrong, the day is still young, and if you find me in the ER by 5, this is what happened, but I'm pretty confident that is not how my day is going to go. At the same time, however, I watched as my friends grew and learned alongside me, refitting themselves however they willed, and even now, with my fellow seniors and I on the cusp of adulthood, I know that process hasn't ended. That's what Tampa Prep is to me. It is a place where we can be not just ourselves, but the very best versions of ourselves. Regardless of background, of belief, of character, or creed, we are a community united in an unending desire to be more. Every day, as I speed walk through the halls from one class to the next, or rest in the courtyard after my 5th test of the day, I see that wish. I see it in classrooms, in sports fields, in concert halls, and on painted canvases. I hear it echoing through the air of the arts wing. Every once in a while, I even smell it, sometimes in the form of a basket of fresh pastries during cookie company season, and sometimes in the decidedly less pleasant aroma of Axe body spray in the boys' locker room. Cologne is meant to be discovered, not announced. However, in my opinion, there is an aspect of the Terrapin spirit that is more powerful than any compulsion of self-betterment alone, our unshakable sense of community. Now, unity is an easy buzzword. 5 letters, 3 syllables, and vague enough to mean just about anything you want it to. But that word holds weight at Tampa Prep. I think it's fair to say that these past 2 years have pushed all of us to our limits in one way or another. But despite that, as a community, we have faced the confusion, the isolation, and flat-out discomfort with resolve and emerged stronger for it. Time and time again, I saw my fellow students and faculty embrace adaptivity, empathy, and selflessness in the service of others. In a span of weeks, teachers learned a new method of instruction entirely foreign to them in the service of our education. In my AP World History class, which still occasionally gives me traumatic flashbacks, my classmates managed to construct a complex web of communication and collaboration that helped us survive even the most sinister machinations of the College Board. Through it all, despite the tension and despite the anxiety, I never lost the sense that we were facing that hardship as one unshakable front. To me, that is true unity. In this coming year, with the worst hardships of the pandemic seemingly behind us, I want to see that community spirit continue to thrive, and I have complete and utter faith that it will. To ensure that happens, I challenge each and every one of you to get involved. Go watch a volleyball game, even if Wii Sports Resort is the closest you have ever come to the court, which I am speaking from experience on. Go visit a new club, even if for just a day, to sample something you haven't touched before. Watch a musical, even if you're still haunted by the specter of Hamilton from 5 years ago. But most importantly, get involved on an interpersonal level. We have hundreds of new students, apparently 161 students, joining the prep community this year. Many of them know none or very few of their classmates. To all of our returning students, I ask that you be willing to embrace change, kindness, and respect, and show it to your new peers in turn. This involvement takes time, yes, but it is time well spent. It is time that builds up your bonds with your classmates, shows your support for your peers, and demonstrates the pure selflessness that I consider to be the single most admirable trait a person can possess. Finally, I urge you all to look beyond the walls of our school to find greater meaning in the wide world that surrounds us. At Prep, we have countless opportunities to take meaningful action for our community. We have an environment club, Rock the Vote, coloring in the community, team court, and of course, my beloved Cass Key Club, which, yes, I will plug in front of several hundred people. I have the microphone. These are just a few examples of the outlets we have as young adults to be agents of real, positive change each and every day. The fact of the matter is that we as prep students are in a fortunate position that gives us the resources, options, and momentum to do incalculable good if we can only harness the will to do so. Because we can, we must, and because we must, we will. At Tampa Prep, we are a community inspired by our individuality and connected by our compassion. As we build ourselves up, so too do we build one another. A higher purpose in self is not a tagline, bumper sticker, or marketing slogan. It is a philosophy. As we go forward into a new year, some of us for the first time, others for the last, and most somewhere in the middle, I know that philosophy will stand firm, as I've seen it do every day for the past 6 years. So long as that is the case, the prep spirit, now and forever, will remain undefeated, just like our football team. I hope you all have a wonderful, air-conditioned day and your best school year so far. Thank you, and go Prep!
Judge Cisco, Mr. Cisco, you guys, I hope this is one of your super proud days. That was spectacular, John. I'm waiting for Game of Cisco on Netflix, as I think it'll be a great show. I'm going to go with a little different pace than the president for the final comments. The dictionary, and before I get there, Board of Trustees, parents that have come, thank you very much for taking the time out of your morning to share this convocation with us. We're glad to see you. And Board, we thank you for your leadership. The dictionary defines utopia as an imagined place or state of things in which everything is perfect. Wikipedia adds, utopia typically describes an imaginary community or society that possesses highly desirable or nearly perfect qualities for its members. Merriam-Webster also adds utopia, a place of ideal perfection, especially in laws, government, and social condition. And the second definition, an imaginary or indefinitely remote place. I am left to wonder why our understood definition of utopia requires imagination or appears out of necessity to be so remote. Why the distance? Why the sense of impossibility? What if utopia was right where you are? Perfect might not be the goal. And if perfect isn't the goal, maybe, just maybe, utopia is closer than you think and very much real. To me, utopia is defined just a bit differently. Please excuse my long and rather incomplete list, but here it goes. Utopia. It's the welcome collision of the young with elders. It's a place where the collective endeavor, where the collective endeavor is the pursuit of knowledge and experiences. Utopia has a spirit. It's a place where disagreement does not threaten friendship, politeness, or diminish opportunity. Utopia embraces possibility, and it welcomes inclusion. Utopia is a place of balance, where competitiveness in the classroom and the arts is intertwined with collaboration, appreciation, and a willingness to share understanding. Utopia is a place where competitiveness in athletics is amazingly entangled with sportsmanship. Utopia celebrates new beginnings while respecting tradition. Utopia recognizes a call for help and answers that call. Utopia is a place of service to and for others, because an amazing thing happens when you give. You also receive. Utopia is where you can fail, because there's so much to be learned from reaching beyond your current capabilities. Utopia sees mentors and mentees, leaders and followers as two sides of the same coins. They're roles we all can and do have across the experiences of our lives. Utopia is a place where you can grow. Utopia is the stage where better, best moments are created, and we try to bring our best version of ourselves to that stage every day. Utopia is where the naturally curious, flawed, aspirational, emerging, intelligent, academic, artistic, athletic, kind, compassionate, inclusive, creative, innovative, and unique come together each day to be good, teach, learn, explore, and grow. In my version of utopia, it's our imperfections and our desire to improve that makes us wonderful. This morning, I drove to my utopia, and I counted a blessing that I'm here with you all here today. I will never take this and our future moments together for granted. I didn't imagine prep, but it's a highly desirable place to be. Prep is not perfect, but I sure do enjoy being here. And I enjoy being here with you. So when I got out of my car this morning, I had those first day butterflies, that signal of excitement and an acknowledgement of how wonderful Tampa Prep continues to be. And I hope you had the same. Have an outstanding day, an outstanding week, an outstanding year. Welcome back to the school year, Terrapins. I'm so glad to see you all. So, it's been a moment. It's been a moment since we were all here together. And it has been a moment since we unleashed something. With the help of the Fuego family, we were able to secure 1,000 awesome t-shirts. Tampa Prep, we are. We are. We are. Okay, so how do you get one of these lovely, brand new, super soft shirts? We are going to dismiss by class. You can see that there are 6 tables. 6 tables there. And we're going to dismiss by class. So let me ask a favor. Let me ask a favor. There is a difference in the world. There is the shirt that fits you, and then there's the shirt that's fashionable. We ordered for the shirt that fits you. So with that, as it is our tradition, faculty, your shirts have already been secured, so you do not need to go to a table. So faculty, you are dismissed, and you can go to your classrooms to prepare for the day. For the friends and family that came, you can hang out if you like, but if you have another place to be, you can go at this time before 710 kids basically walks past you to get to a shirt. We're gonna go in a weird order. Drum roll, please. There's like 114 of you that are